Hey everybody, I thought I'd do a quick review on my two Timex Expedition watches that I recently purchased. Um, I I found these watches. They're super cheap. You can buy them for between probably $25 and $40 on Amazon. And I picked one up. I picked up this one on the right first, and I loved it so much I went ahead and bought the second one. Uh, These are not the original straps that come with the watch. They come with like a faux leather type strap, which is not a very good one. I mean, it's okay. It's just not that great. So I went ahead and color matched mine to these NATO straps that I picked up for about $10 each. And I picked up the orange on this guy to match the orange hand, and I like the yellow to match the yellow on this hand. At first, I didn't know how this would look, but after putting it together, I think it looks pretty good. Um, these watches are they're a little bit larger in size on the wrist, which I prefer. I have a pretty large wrist, so these look good on me. And if you're a guy that wears a smaller watch, I think they actually make a smaller version of the Expeditions. Um, these are pretty rugged watches. I think they're 30 meters water resistant, which is not anything to write home about. That's basically splash resistant. You can't swim in these, but it's resistant enough. This one here, all the numerals are loomed, as well as the hands, and on this guy, it's just the hands that are loomed. But both of them have the Indiglo feature, which is the best part of Timex. And I really, really, really love that about. I mean, if you need to read your watch in the dark, there is just nothing better than that Indiglo feature. Um, I come to kind of like this face a little bit more than this one's a little more simple, and I love that. But this one, I prefer the hands on this one with the little needle point on the swords, and then I don't know, something about this face. It's a little busier, but it just is a little more appealing. But this one's really nice too, and actually I kind of dig the orange on this one. It does have a date window, which is pretty handy as well. And of course, these are quartz watches. They're not anything. Timex hasn't made a automatic watch in a long time, but I wish they would, because these would just be pretty cool if they were little automatic cheapies. But anyway, cheap watches. I'll put the link to both of these in the description below, and you guys can check them out for yourself. The NATO straps, I'll try to put the link into where I got those. But you can buy all colors and kind of color match them, which is really, it's kind of cool. It's cheap. I mean, I got less than $50, I think, in each of these, and they're great. You can mix it up and wear them on different days and whatnot. Bad things, I mean, the water resistance isn't great. Ooh, this one is 50 meters. My bad. This might be as well. Let me look at this one. I can't remember. It's probably 50, but anyway, it's not super good. When you bend your wrist, it will actuate the Indiglo because the button is pretty large on the side, which is not the end of the world, obviously. They're not the highest quality materials, but they do have a nice feel to them. Like, they have a nice quality feel. And I think they're worth the money for sure. They're very comfortable. They fit really nice. They wear really nice. They're over 40 millimeter cases. Here, let me put one on. Let you guys see how it looks on. The Indiglo feature is probably the best thing about these watches, in my opinion, but they do have a nice look to them too. And they are, when you put these NATO straps on them, these bright ones, they are conversation starters too. And that's kind of the fun of these cheap watches is, you can buy multi-packs of these NATO straps. You can get like 4 packs, different colors, and you can kind of mix and match, but that's how it wears. Really comfortable watch. And then you can actuate the Indiglo with the simple flip of a wrist, which is just a weird side effect of the watch. But anyway, I hope that this review is helpful to you guys. And you know, I mean, I'd like to encourage everyone to. I like high quality watches, and I got a decent collection of cheap to mid grade watches. But these are just a nice addition for, you know, I mean, if you break it or lose it, it's not the end of the world, and they're kind of fun to just own. And you know, if you had 7 of these, you could wear a different one each day of the week. And they keep good time too. They're pretty accurate little watches, so they're quartz, so that's always a good thing. My automatics just can't keep up with these guys, which is, you know. And the best thing of all, I put these in my watch case and I take them out a year later and they're still keeping good time. Whereas, you know, the automatics, you gotta wind them up and get them going again. So these are nice little daily wearers, and I would encourage you guys to look into these. They're on the cheap, you know. They're less than $40. So anyway, like and subscribe if you want more watch reviews, or if you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. Thanks.